Hi, this is Stacey Abbott with Cornerhouse Realty. Welcome to another episode of Betcha Didn't Know. Today I am with Pat McCusker and Chris Warrington, who are longtime residents of Reisterstown. We're standing here in front of Franklin Middle School, and they have something really exciting to tell you about. So Chris, tell us a little bit about what we're looking at here.
Buried 6 feet beneath where we're standing is a time capsule that was buried in November of 1976.
Wow.
It's the size of a standard, forgive me, coffin.
Yes.
Actually in a burial vault. Eline Funeral Home handled the logistics on that. And organizations and businesses from the community buried boxes in there that were roughly 12 by 12, containing information about what was happening here in Reisterstown back in 1976.
Wow.
With the idea being that it is to be opened in 2076, 100 years later, and see what has changed in the community.
And you were here for that 1976.
It was a dreary morning, Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh, wow.
And it felt like hours and hours, but it probably wasn't really that long. I was only 7.
That's exciting.
And the sun came out by the time the ceremony was finished. It took forever for the names to be called of each organization.
Oh, wow.
And people came up and accepted the boxes and brought it to the time capsule. And then we stayed throughout the entire process to see it buried. They covered it in plastic, lowered it into the ground, put dirt on top of it, tamped it down, and then this was constructed.
And it's right
sometime later
under here. I'm sure a lot of people walk by this and wonder what it is. And it's a time capsule, actually, that is going to be opened in 2076. We have it on our calendar, so hopefully you guys can meet us
107
there.
years old. Yeah, that's...
So how would I know that there's actually a time capsule buried right here?
That's a great question, Stacey, because you wouldn't. If you just come up here and look at this monument, there's no indication that it is a time capsule. But at the Beer and Wine Festival a couple years ago, 2 girls that graduated with me, Jane Egan and Debbie Ganio, said, hey, whatever happened to that time capsule that got buried?
Right.
So I started doing some investigation. I went to the Reisterstown room at the library and found some documentation about it. That's how I knew it went in November of 76, as Chris mentioned. But there was no way that anybody would know it was here. And as part of the Reisterstown Improvement Association, we thought there should be some permanent marker so that in 50 years, people know to come dig this thing up.
Exactly.
And so we took it upon ourselves to make that happen, thankfully with the support of Franklin Middle School.
Yes. Chris, since you were here that day in 1976, what do you think was in the time capsule? I'm sure everyone's dying to know.
I remember a lot of boxes, and from looking at pictures, some of which you all have, you can see the names of the organizations on some. For example, Reisterstown United Methodist Church, Franklin Elementary School. The elementary school put in assignments from some students, I believe. There was probably a student roster in there, a faculty roster of who was the faculty at that time. The Methodist Church, which I was a member of, put a membership roll in there as well. We've joked a little bit as I've asked around, you know, what do you remember about what might be in this, and nobody's been able to come up with anything concrete. We've joked that, you know, maybe there's a cassette tape in there. So did they think to put a cassette player in with it? Let's bring a cassette player back in 2076.
Right, because in 2076, that's going to be a hot commodity to find a cassette player. Very funny. That's so interesting. It's very cool. It's just a neat thing that we have right here at Franklin Middle School that I don't think hardly anyone knows about.
I agree. I remember asking my father when this monument was put up, why there was nothing that indicated what it was or what was to be done with it. He made up some answer.
And
but
it just took till 2026 to put in the plaque that lets us know that there's actually a time capsule here. See, wisdom with age, right? We figured it out. So we're joined by Kim Magginson, the principal here at Franklin Middle School, and she's going to tell us about her involvement with the time capsule.
Well, thank you so much for that. So I was asked to facilitate having this lovely plaque installed. And so I just facilitated the process of having it put on our grounds. I was happy that Mr. McCusker invited me to be a part of this huge celebration, and that was my role in all of this.
This is exciting. When did this come to fruition here, this plaque?
I think we started this about 6 months ago, and then it moved pretty fast, and Baltimore County was able to partner with Ms. McCusker and the Reisterstown Association, and this was installed about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks ago. That's amazing. So now we know where the time capsule is. There's no question. Those of you who will be here in 2076 will know exactly where to go.
It'll be a Saturday, July 4th, 2076.
So as you know, at the end of every episode of Betcha Didn't Know, we need a Betcha Didn't Know. So take it away, Pat.
Okay, so when I started researching this, I thought it was a small box buried here. Bet you didn't know, it's 6 feet down, it's the size of a tomb, and it's got 60 of those community boxes in there containing information. So if you were around then, and especially if you submitted things to be buried, we'd love to hear from you and know what we're going to be digging up in 2076.
Yes, please contact Pat. Please contact Reisterstown Main Street. And I would also love to thank Reisterstown Main Street and Franklin Middle for providing this plaque here for us so we know where to come July 4th, 2076. It's a Saturday, so I expect you to be there so we can see what's in this time capsule. So have a wonderful day, and please stop by and take a look. Bye.